What's up, 1B here. So today I started a Coursera Google IT support course, and we were talking about, or the course was talking about Logic Gate, and I'm taking it with a friend, so I was kind of throwing my thoughts out about them and kind of getting them phrased in a way that I understood and maybe helped him understand. And so uh, I remembered that there was logic gates that we were using in Minecraft, and basically there is two or no there's a few topics that I remember through this section, and they were some binary stuff, some logic gate stuff, and abstraction. So the abstraction part is basically the example that they use in the section is uh, not understanding how a car works, but you can still drive it, right? So there's a level of like you not understanding, but still being able to use it. So the abstraction in this is when we're talking about logic gates using abstraction here in Minecraft is that you may not necessarily understand, like this is wiring, these are levers, you don't know how that interacts with these blocks, but the way that you're going to understand these logic gates is that these is the inputs, this is the output. Okay, so as you can see, these are like lights. So in this instance, the output is powered on, and in these ones, they're powered off. So currently, all of these are levers. All the levers are to the right on all of these, and that puts them in an off state or makes them false, right? So these would be your zeros in binary. Okay, so this is an AND logic gate. And so in an AND logic gate, you have two inputs. We'll just say two inputs here. And then you have an output. And so what happens is if both of them are off, you obviously have an off output. If you have one of them on, it's still off, right? And let's try the other one. Okay, and then we'll put both of them on, and now it's on, right? So this is your AND gate. So basically, input 1 and input 2 need to be on in order for that output to... This puts the output state in true, or 1 for binary, right? So this is currently 1, 1. So now these are back in off state. That's back in off state. So again, with one flipped, it does not turn on. With both of them on, it comes on. That's an AND logic gate. The next one is an OR logic gate. So again, inputs, outputs. So in an OR logic gate, input 1 can be on, and input 2 doesn't necessarily matter, right? So we'll put them back on off. Input 2 is on, and then input 1 doesn't matter, right? So either or, right? So, but it basically leaves it on. The only way, this one's kind of different, the opposite of this one, in that in the AND gate, in that both of these have to be off for it to be off. Both of these have to be on in for it to be on. So in the OR logic, right? But that one goes on, turns it on. And then this does nothing. Or we do input 2, and that's on, and this does nothing. So that's an OR logic gate, right? I say either or, but I don't know if these are good terms because obviously the more technical you get about logic gates, this just helps me remember like either or, right? Either one will turn it on, but they both have to be off in order for it to be in an off state. So this is a not logic gate. So a not logic gate has your input on off and your output is on automatically. So off turns your output to on. And then your on state for your input makes your output off state. So even though this is a false or zero state, this is a true or on state. And that's a not logic gate. It's also an inverter, right? You're inverting what on and off mean. Now this is a XOR gate, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. But you have two inputs, and basically it's telling you when one of these switches is on, but they are off if they are in the same state. So, or no, what I should say is this tells you if these inputs are in different states. If they are in the same state, it is off. Okay, so we turn this one on, and it turns it on. And then now they're both off, right? So if they're different, it's on. See, we can do it like this. But now they're both in the off state, it's off. Both in on state, the output state, or the output is off. But now one of them is off, and the output state is on. You can do that with both. So, just to kind of reiterate this, right? You have your inputs, your outputs. This is an AND gate, right? The AND gate is, there's 4 states, right? In this current situation. There's the on-off input. Sorry. There's an off-off, an on-off, an off-on, and then an on-on. So the on-on is what activates the on for this output. The other 3 states do nothing. Right? It keeps that output on off. And the opposite of that, for the OR logic gate, 4 states, off, off, right? Now you have off, on, and the output is on. Then you have on, off, and the output is on. And then you have on, which the output is on. So you have 3 states where this output is on, 3 states here where this output is off. Okay. So that's an OR logic gate. This is the NOT logic gate, which is the inverter. There's only 2 states here. You have your input off and your input on. So your off makes that on. Your input on makes your output off. Okay, so now the XOR gate, logic gate, has 4 states as well. So you have your off state, you have your on state, which puts your output on. So the first state was off, the second state is on, and then the third state is off, on, which puts your output on, and then you have your on, which puts your output on off. So you have 4 states here where the 2 switches in the same direction keep it off, or in the same, the 2 switches, levers, these things, where your 2 inputs are in the same state, makes this off. Your 2 inputs are different, then this is on. So I hope that kind of helps, gives you a little visual representation of these logic gates. Obviously this can be used in Minecraft, but this is also a good way to visually represent these logic gates for other uses, especially like how they're using this in the Google IT support certification class on Coursera. Hopefully that's clear. I know that I kind of moved through a lot of that, and like I said, there's a lot of abstraction. Like, you don't understand like what these pieces are here, but just understanding that these are the inputs and then this is the output, you can see that how these kind of work. And so yeah, hopefully that's something that can help you, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, please click the circle in the middle to subscribe. The rectangle on your left is another video. The rectangle on your right is a playlist of other videos that you may enjoy. Thanks again. Peace.